afternoon. Good afternoon to all of you, and good afternoon. So let's start our tense as we have already started it. Will you tell me which structure we taught, we learnt yesterday? Yesterday we learnt simple present tense. The structure was subject plus V1 or V5 plus object, and we have practiced also. And I hope everyone has learnt very well. But what did we do yesterday? That was active and passive of simple present tense. Today we shall learn the structure of present continuous tense. Let us see the structure of present continuous. I will show you through screen sharing, but first of all listen to me. The structure of present continuous is subject plus is MR plus V4 plus object. Once you write yes in chat box, if my voice is audible, write yes in chat box. Thereafter I shall start. Yes, very good. The structure of present continuous is subject plus is mr plus v4 plus object. For example, she is writing a story. She is writing a story. Here the most important question arises: what is difference between simple present tense and present continuous tense? It happens in the mind of the student, the question arises many a time where they can use simple present structure or where they can use present continuous structure. For this we have to understand the nature of simple present and the nature of present continuous. Then the question will be solved. Simple present, as you know the definition, it is used for daily routine, it is used for habit, it is used for nature, it is used for universal action. It means in simple present or with the help of simple present, we don't express that action which is happening at the time of speaking. It happens, but not at the time of speaking. On the other hand, in present continuous, we find that action is taking place at the time of speaking. This is a big difference. For example, when I say she dances, she dances, but it doesn't mean that she is dancing at the time of speaking. It only indicates us she knows how to dance. She knows how to dance, but she is not dancing at the time of speaking. On the other hand, when I say she is dancing, it means at the time of speaking, the activity of dancing is going on. She is dancing means the activity of dancing is going on when I am speaking. She is dancing. So present continuous tells us about the action that is happening at the time of speaking. On the other hand, simple present tells us only about the action which happens at its particular time, but not at the time of speaking. Is it clear to everyone? If yes, write yes in chat box and let me know you have understood. This is the difference between simple present and present continuous. As I told you, the structure subject plus is mr plus before plus object. There we find ta hai, te hai, ti hai like that. And in present continuous we find raha hai, rahe hain, rahi hai. In Hindi you will find this type of words. When we make present continuous with the help of a structure, she is writing a story. In negative it is quite easy. We can use not. She is not writing a story. If you want to change it into interrogative, first of all you will use auxiliary verb is. Our auxiliary verb is. it will come first and thereafter subject. Is she writing a story? क्या वो खत वो क्या वो कहानी लिख रही है? It will become a question. And if you want to make interrogative plus negative, then you can write is she not writing a story? क्या वो कहानी नहीं लिख रही है? When we change it into passive voice, the structure is object plus ismr plus being plus v3 plus subject. Object plus ismr plus being plus v3 plus subject. In active, the structure is subject plus ismr plus v4 plus object. But in passive, the structure is object plus ismr plus being, B-E-I-N-G, being plus v3 plus subject. For example, she is writing a letter. Let us try to change the same sentence into passive voice. Our active sentence is she is writing a letter. And when we change it into passive, it will turn into a letter or a story, whatever you want to say. She is writing a story. So a story is being written by her. It is the passive form. A story is being written by her. A story is not being written by her. Negative. Interrogative. Is a story being written by her? Interrogative. Is a story not being written by her? Did you understand the structure of present continuous, all of you? If yes, write yes in chat box. And if you want, I can share it also. You can see. You can see this is present continuous. Everything is before you. You can take its screenshot also. Same thing what I taught you has been written here. The structure of present continuous, subject plus EJMR plus V4 plus object. This is active form. This pattern shows that work is going on continuously in the present at the time of speaking. This is important thing. Work is going on continuously in the present, but at the time of speaking. For example, she is writing a horror story. She is not writing a horror story. Is she writing a horror story? Is she not writing a horror story? क्या वो एक हॉरर स्टोरी लिख रही है? क्या वो हॉरर स्टोरी नहीं लिख रही है? Passive. Object plus EJMR plus being plus V3 plus subject. This is the passive structure. In passive, object will come first. A horror story is being written by her. एक हॉरर स्टोरी उसके द्वारा लिखी जा रही है. A horror story is not being written by her. एक हॉरर स्टोरी उसके द्वारा नहीं लिखी जा रही है. Interrogative means question. Is a horror story being written by her? क्या एक हॉरर स्टोरी उसके द्वारा लिखी जा रही है? Is a horror story not being written by her? क्या एक हॉरर स्टोरी उसके द्वारा नहीं लिखी जा रही है? So this is the structure with examples. Okay. Well, I hope everyone has understood it. Present continuous. Let us proceed. You have understood present continuous? If yes, write in chat box yes. Let me know you have understood this structure. Then I will start present perfect. Let us start present perfect. Good. Ansu Kumari. She has understood. Our third structure is present perfect. Our first structure was simple present, active passive. Second one, present continuous, active passive. And the third one is present perfect. The structure of present perfect is subject plus has or have plus V3 plus object. I will share my screen share. I will share screen also, but first of all, listen to me. Subject plus has or have plus V3 plus object. Now you will think where we use has or where we use have. So simply where we use V5, where we use does, there we use has. And where we use do, where we use V1, there we use have. Can you write in chat box where do we use does or V5? I taught you yesterday. If it is still in your mind, write in chat box. Let me know you have forgotten or it is still in your mind. My question is where do we use does or V4? Does or V5? Means I want to know about the subjects. With which subjects we use does or V5? You can write those subjects in chat box. Ansuman, if you can write down name of the subject. Just yesterday I told you about it. Yes, Ansu Kumari has written he, see, it. We, no, not we. He, see, it, name, yes, name, and singular number. Quite right. He, see, it, name, and singular number. With them, we use V5 and Dutch. Good. Where do we use V1 and do? Write down. Where do we use V1 and do? Once again, write in chat box. Let me know. Where do we use V1 and do? And where we use V1 and do or do, there we use have. Write down those subjects. IV. And Suman has written IV. They, plural number. Yes, quite right. The subjects are I, you, we, they, and plural number. I, you, we, they, and plural number. These are the subjects where we use V1 and negative or interrogative we use do, and in present perfect we use have. Let us see some examples. She has written a story. She has cleaned the room. He has completed his homework. I have done my work. These are the examples. What is the significance of this structure? Let us understand what is the significance of this structure and where we can use it. So we can use this structure for such actions which have been completed in past, which has been completed in past, but in recent past. There is a word recent, recent, past, but which type of past? Recent past. Recent means just half filhal. For example, when I say I have completed my work, so I have completed my work, it means I have completed 1 hour, 2 hours before. So that was in past, but its effect is still present in this situation or at the present time. That is why it is called present perfect. Try to understand the action has completed in recent past, but its effect is still present. For example, someone says she has cleaned the room. So she has cleaned the room doesn't mean that she has just cleaned the room. She has cleaned the room 2 hours before, 5 hours before, but the room is still clean. That will be called recent past. I have taken my breakfast. I have taken my breakfast. When did I take my breakfast? It means 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours before. But now I am not hungry. But if I had taken my breakfast too long before and again I have hungry and it is the time of lunch, then it will not be called present perfect. It will go in past. Present perfect means whether the action has taken place or completed in recent past, but its effect must be seen in future, in present or at the time of speaking. Its effect, and if its effect is not here, then it will go in distant past and it will be called past tense, not present perfect. So, for example, she has written a story. Negative, we will add not. She has not written a story. If you want to change it into interrogative, we will put auxiliary verb at first. Has she written a story? इंट्रोनिगेटिव हैज सी नॉट रिटन अ स्टोरी सी हैज रिटन अ स्टोरी उसने एक स्टोरी लिख लिया है या वो एक स्टोरी लिख चुकी है सी हैज नॉट रिटन अ स्टोरी उसने स्टोरी नहीं लिखा है या उसने वो स्टोरी नहीं लिख चुकी है हैज सी रिटन अ स्टोरी क्या उसने स्टोरी लिख लिया है या क्या वह स्टोरी लिख चुकी है हैज सी नॉट रिटन अ स्टोरी क्या उसने स्टोरी नहीं लिखा है क्या वह स्टोरी नहीं लिख चुकी है दिस इज एक्टिव फॉर्म. When we change it into passive, the structure is object plus has or have plus been plus V3 plus subject. Its passive structure is quite easy. Active structure is subject plus has have plus V3 plus object. Passive structure is object plus has have plus been. We are adding been here and the same V3 plus subject. Our active sentence is she has written a story. In passive, it will turn into a story has been written by her. A story has been written by her. She has written a story. उसने एक story लिख लिया है. A story has been written by her. Story उसके द्वारा लिखी जा चुकी है. In active, she has not written a story. In passive, a story has not been written by her. In active, interrogative, has she written a story? In passive, has a story been written by her? Interrogative, a story. Has a story been written by? Has a story not been written by her? So in this way we can change the sentences from active to passive. And what is the significance? I have already told you. The main important thing is in present perfect that the action has completed in recent past but its effect is still present. This is the significance of present perfect. So I have told you present perfect significance, its active form, its passive form, structure with examples. If you have understood, write yes in chat box. Let me know that you have understood. And if there is any confusion, then you can write. Ansu has understood. Very good. Other students, have you any problem or you have understood? I think it is quite easy. So everyone must have understood it without any problem. Understood. Ansuman Vardhan, understood. Very good.